Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome tonight to the McGinnis Rumble. We got 20 contestants lined up for you here today, all competing for a star contract. For those of you who don't know, over the top rope, and you're eliminated. Coming down to the ring now is contestant number 1, the Liver Stealer from Texas, because why wouldn't he be? Liver Stealer is a pretty formidable opponent. You saw he did flip there. He's fairly acrobatic. He can be deadly if you're not expecting it. And for our second contestant, coming down to the ring now, is good old Johnny Karate. Johnny Karate is a 28-year-old male who decided to come to the Father McGinnis Pro Wrestling League in order to train himself and to become stronger in the ways of karate. There he is, hyping himself up. Father McGinnis said that he was really looking forward to seeing Johnny perform. He thought that he was an excellent talent and is hoping that he gets this star contract. For those of you who are wondering, the star contract is going to give the winner of the Rumble a contract at a price of their choice with an additional benefit. That benefit will be decided in the meeting with Father McGinnis after the battle here. Battle starting off pretty strong so far. The Liver Stealer is just going after Johnny. Now, every minute or so, there will be another contestant entering our ring today. Right there, you can see we have our first contestant entering, quickly diverting the Liver Stealer back under the rope and attempting to kick him out. Remember, you have to go over the top rope. In this situation, he went over the top rope and then was slid under, so he can still be knocked out. In comes the Dragon. He fights with a blindfold on. That's how you know that this guy is pretty freaking deadly. He has such ability to understand the space around him. He's so in tune with his senses that he's able to fight without being able to see the other competitors. And fight pretty flawlessly, if I do say so myself. He's a strong contender, but he is coming in at number 3, which means he might be a little out of wind by the end of this thing, if he even makes it to the end. We have 20 contestants tonight, so who knows? We have our next contestant, the Prisoner, who's been chained up for several crimes, none of which I'm allowed to legally disclose. Why is his skin blue? Don't know. The Prisoner is a bit of an enigma, as is his costume. I'm not sure who designed that for him, but whatever works. We got John Karate up against the ropes right here, quickly deflecting from the Prisoner, as we now have the Dragon pinned up in the corner, and we have a new competitor entering in 2 seconds, but the Dragon is looking like he punches the Liver Stealer away. And in we have William. What is William? I suppose he is some sort of private in the army. I'm not sure why he's here tonight instead of out on the front lines, but clearly the army has some stake in this Rumble. Looks like we have the Dragon up against the ropes, as is William, the Prisoner saving William from Johnny Karate's wrath. And 10 seconds till the next competitor. And the Dragon goes tumbling over the top rope. The Liver Stealer claims his first victim. What did I tell you? He can be pretty deadly. Next up, we have contestant number 6, the Great Power Man. The Great Power Man is a superhero who has decided to come to the world of wrestling because he's investigating a potential threat in one of the wrestlers. The Great Power Man can often be seen fighting evildoers all over the world. Word is he has a protege, and the prisoner is quickly thrown out. Not much seen from the prisoner this Rumble. The Liver Stealer claims 2 victims, which is a little surprising. I would have expected either Johnny or the Great Power Man to have claimed a victim, although I suppose the Great Power Man has not been in for quite that long. Perhaps we'll see him and his protege fight side by side on the battlefield tonight. And in we have the Dark Wizard of the Father McGinnis Pro Wrestling League, Dormo. And Johnny Karate goes out just like that. No doubt a favorite of this crowd, as you can hear from those calls, as well as from the CEO himself. I'm surprised he's gone this early. But the Liver Stealer takes 3 victims. I suppose he's just showing off his strength early in this Rumble, trying to get through it as quickly as possible. So by the time he gets to number 20, he hasn't lost too much stamina. We're seeing a variety of tag moves being implemented here. Even though nobody here is technically together, everyone is every man for themselves. But clearly everyone has a mutual respect for each other and is willing to work together to go after a bigger threat. And Dorman blocking the Liver Stealer's chance to do anything to the 2 opponents stunned in the corner. And coming down to the ring, we now have our 8th competitor, the biker Gareth with the guile hairdo. Okay. You might want to see his barber about that one and potentially, take him outside to teach him a lesson. And we got William up against the ropes here, as well as Garrett being attacked by Dorman, who, as you can see, is a bit of a powerhouse. The Liver Stealer not going to let him get another elimination. He wants the eliminations for himself, clearly. He wants to make a good showing. So in case he does lose, the CEO might be more beneficial to him. And there goes the Great Power Man. Quite a surprise that the Great Power Man didn't go farther. After all, he is known for his power, thus the Great Power Man. I'm a little surprised he's gone, but William claims his first victim. And we have the chaotic Dr. Ref, resident referee turned wrestler of the league. He likes to add a little bit of chaos into every match. And a Royal Rumble is one of the most chaotic match types of all, with so many wrestlers going in and out of the ring. We'll wait to see how he fares within this match. William just no-selling everything Dr. Ref does, really trying to get Garrett out of the ring. And it looks like Dr. Ref is saving Garrett. He doesn't want William to throw Garrett out of the ring. He wants William out as soon as possible. Perhaps some foresight there. And we have contestant number 10, Ironclad Ivan. Ivan is Dorman's main rival. And as you can see, he firstly goes for Dorman and is quick to try and put him out of the ring. William just knocked out Dr. Ref. Now William has claimed 2 victims. All eliminations have been from 2 competitors tonight. Perhaps they could go all the way. It's going to be difficult, though, as they got the 1st and 4th spots respectively. It's unlikely they'll go farther. And just as I'm saying that, the Liver Stealer is knocked out of the ring. But he does have 3 eliminations, which puts him at the top of eliminations for the moment. We'll see about that in the future. You have to watch for Dorman because he is full of strength. He used magic to pump himself up. He's magically imbued. You can't really brute force that. You're gonna have to play smart. Ironclad Ivan, not one to play very smart though. One to punch first and ask questions later. William has held on to the ropes several times now, barely staying in. Seems like he's trying to get rid of Garrett, but it seems as though he's losing a little steam from the way he's walking. And in comes Bob Bones, who is immediately launched into the air. Surprising that Bob even made it into this Rumble. There were qualifier matches. And Dorman has been knocked out by Ironclad Ivan. Looks like he finally outsmarted him. Bob Bones being kept in the corner by Garrett, fighting as much as he can to get out of that corner. And quickly throwing Garrett back into it, showing him who's boss, but Garrett is not having any of it. Meanwhile, William is quickly working over Ironclad Ivan. We got two fighters up against the ropes here, and in comes Tom Thumb. I don't know who Tom Thumb is. And just like that, Ironclad Ivan is gone, leaving William tied with the Liver Stealer for eliminations. And oh my goodness, Tom Thumb comes in and in less than 10 seconds knocks out Garrett. It looks like Tom Thumb and William are going to work together to try and eliminate Bob Bones. I'm not sure why. He doesn't seem like the most impressive competitor so far. He's been worked over by all the others. And at number 13, in we have the Manimal. Prehistoric caveman. I can't really say any more. A Manimal immediately attacking Tom Thumb, trying to assert dominance and sensing him as a threat. Got him up on the top rope there, and Bob Bones has eliminated William. I guess we can see why they wanted to eliminate him earlier, but surprising dexterity and acrobatics from Tom Thumb there as he lifts himself back up into the ring from the top rope, and looks like he's helping Manimal to try and get rid of Bob Bones here, who swiftly kicks them away. Eliminations have been quite quick tonight. At number 14, we have Aaron Black. Let's see if he's able to eliminate anyone quickly. He immediately has Tom Thumb up against the ropes. Those ring ropes are very tight. They grind into your back and your shoulders as you are pushed up against them, and it makes them even tighter, which prevents multiple people from being on the rope unless they're placed there specifically. Aaron Black really trying to get Tom Thumb out here, but it seems like Tom Thumb and the Manimal have pretty good dexterity to bring themselves back in, but Tom Thumb could just not get his hand around the ropes to keep himself in the fight here. And then we have the famous monster hunter, the Scarlet Blade, at number 15. Immediately going after Aaron Black. Not sure why Aaron Black really isn't a monster. I don't know why the Scarlet Blade would target him specifically. I would think he would more so go for Bob Bones. But it seems as though Aaron Black is just not giving him a chance to even fight Bob Bones, keeping him up on the corner, while Manimal continues to evade Bob Bones' elimination attempts, and has finally got him up on the ropes now. This could lead to an elimination? No, Bob Bones punching him away. At number 16, we have Jamie Hahn, a previous boxer, a bit of a lower ring boxer, but he was still top 20 hailing from Canada. Not too long ago, Jimmy Han fought several Canadian boxers with strange tactics and triumphed over a large majority of them. I'm interested to see how he'll fare, since the ring of wrestling is far different, but it seems like he's adapting quite well. He's not sticking to just boxing punches, but he's also doing things that would normally be illegal in boxing. Ooh, a little bit of showing off here, knocking Bob Bones to the mat. And in comes number 17, Patiboris. Patiboris is the protege, the understudy of the great Power Man. They call him the Eternally Smiling. He's never able to not smile. It comes off more as creepy. I think he was attempting to have it be joyous for all the children of the world and the people he protects. But I don't know. He kind of scares me. He seems to be working over the Scarlet Blade fairly well, and Jimmy Han delivering hard punches straight to the skull of Bob Bones, and I mean directly to the skull. But he's turning it around and, dropping him down, grasping at his neck. That had to hurt. Scarlet Blade catching his breath there. Perhaps Patiboris paused for a second, feeling some remorse. We have 3 men up against the ropes here now. Patiboris escapes, and so does Bob Bones, barely holding on. But Manimal knocked out by a swift attack from Aaron Black. Aaron Black is proving to be fairly deadly. I believe that puts him at 2 eliminations, meaning that he'll likely overtake or match the Liver Stealer and William. Bob Bones, our longest competitor in the ring at this point. It makes you wonder, will he go all the way? He doesn't have many more fighters to go, or will he remain here for just a while longer, going to be thrown over the top rope? His hopes and dreams ruined. He does have 1 elimination to his name, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him a good slot in terms of plotting throughout the rest of the broadcasts of the Father McGinnis Pro Wrestling League. We have 1 more competitor coming in now, and Bob Bones picking up his 2nd elimination with a kick straight to Jimmy Han's neck. And in we have Dak Doom, this vile supervillain, often can be seen fighting with the great Power Man and Patiboris. He hates the Scarlet Blade, and good for him, because Patiboris just sent the Scarlet Blade home. Aaron Black lifting himself back up over that top rope, showing great dexterity, being able to grab onto those ropes. And Patiboris trying to eliminate Dak Doom, not wanting to even let him have a chance. And he's immediately thrown out of the ring. Patiboris reaching 2 eliminations already. And in quick succession, too, not even allowing us to see what Dak Doom can really do. Bob Bones making quick work of Aaron Black there. If it wasn't for Patiboris, he might have attempted to throw him over the ropes. Up to this point, though, Patiboris keeps trying to interrupt Aaron Black, and Bob Bones looks like he broke space-time there, instantly warping above Aaron Black, and now hitting him with a quick string. For those of you who may not have been paying attention, Space Ghost from Space Ghost Coast to Coast has entered the ring. He and Patiboris frequent the same superhero circles. In fact, I think that Patiboris was on Coast to Coast not too long ago, the new podcast version. So it's a little awkward if he eliminates him here as he's got him up on the top rope. No, Pataboris punches him away. It's odd that they would think to immediately go after each other. But on second consideration, they would have the best understanding of each other's tool sets and would understand the threat that each other pose. Aaron Black has Bob Bones on the ropes here, Bob managing to hang on while Pataboris reaches back into the ring after being on the ropes from Space Coast. Sub-Zero has entered. He's normally an impressive competitor in Mortal Kombat tournaments. Aaron Black immediately recognizes this and swiftly kicks him out of the ring. He doesn't even really get the chance to do much, and we're already down to the final 4 competitors of the night. Both Pataboris and Bob Bones up on the ropes. Bob Bones manages to push Space Ghost away twice in a row, but Space Ghost is easily overpowering him, as Space Ghost is known to do. Pataboris taking the opportunity while he's distracted to attempt to eliminate Space Ghost, while Bob Bones initiates a conflict with Aaron Black, and Aaron reverses it, taking control. And a swift clothesline sends Bob Bones over the top rope, leaving our final 3 competitors who swiftly gather around each other and attempt to eliminate, or at least wear down for elimination. Aaron Black doing some impressive maneuvers, wearing down the arm of Pataboris, which is an interesting strategy. You don't normally want to weaken them overall, but in arm will allow them to hold on to the rope, so getting that arm out of play could be a great way to eliminating somebody. It looked for a second there like Pataboris had reversed that attack, but Space Ghost was simply whirling around him. If I had to put my money on one competitor, though, I'd probably have to put it on Pataboris. He's fresher than Aaron Black, but not quite as fresh as Space Ghost, but he likely has more of an understanding of his opponents. And the opponents finally realize they're the final 3 and size each other up. Space Ghost immediately attacking Aaron Black, realizing that he probably has a better chance of understanding Pataboris' style and countering it. However, he's working with Aaron Black here, both of them delivering elbows to the back. I suppose he's willing to switch sides if he sees that it might be beneficial to him. He and Aaron Black working together to attempt to eliminate Pataboris, but Pataboris punches them away, as we've seen him do so many times tonight. Pataboris has been an impressive competitor, as has Aaron Black, both of them eliminating several opponents. But they both need to catch their breath here. They're running out of stamina. Aaron Black obviously having the worst of it, getting tripped up there by Pataboris. Space Ghost, seeing he's distracted, immediately sends him over the top rope, but he holds on, and now they're attempting to eliminate him, and he punches them away again effortlessly. Pataboris has been an impressive competitor tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if he manages to be favored pretty favorably as the season goes on, even if he doesn't win. Same for Aaron Black. Top 3 is nothing to scoff at. Space Ghost moving his opponents away as they attempt to eliminate him, lining up Aaron Black, and Pataboris delivering a low drop kick, immediately confronting Space Ghost about who is going to get that contract. Space Ghost immediately putting him up against the ropes, but Pataboris just lightly pushes him away. Pataboris seems to be getting a second wind here, working over Space Ghost like it's nothing. But Space Ghost surprises him, only to be reversed and thrown into the ropes. Space Ghost still not close to being thrown out yet, not even being lifted up. But being constantly knocked into the ropes, he's fighting and clawing to not be pinned up against those ropes. He doesn't want to give Pataboris the chance to throw him over, because one good hit could ruin him, but Pataboris slowly wearing him down with that face breaker and that missed dive could spell the end for Space Ghost, as Pataboris now gets a lot more attacks in. Space Ghost immediately turning it around with a running bulldog, showing he's not done. He's going to be the one to win this contract. Out of these two, I think I'd have to go with Space Ghost. Space Ghost is a lot of a fresher competitor, and he clearly hasn't had any sort of second wind yet. He's still on his first wind, while Pataboris is barely holding on, quickly losing that second wind that he did gain, desperately trying to get Space Ghost out in as many ways as he possibly can. They're locked in a chain grapple here, and Space Ghost wins it and sends him to the corner. Let's see what happens. And with a quick clothesline, Space Ghost ends out the match, sending Pataboris tumbling over that top rope and winning that star contract. Space Ghost is sure to be a premier wrestler in the future for Father McGinnis's upcoming pro wrestling league. That is all that we have for tonight, folks. All the competitors tonight showed impressive strength, except for the ones who were knocked out quickly. But that's how the cookie crumbles in these Royal Rumbles sometimes. This is your host, signing off. Be sure to tune in next time to see where this all goes.